bonus money would go to Mark Martin. That's only $15,200. It was captured, of course, by Sterling Marlin 2 races ago at Talladega.
You know, this is the part of the racetrack last year that Mark Martin was so strong up through the S's, but it looks like this year that Dallenbach is as good through the S's as Mark Martin.
Well, Wally's not giving up by any means yet. He's got 5 laps to go. He might be able to take a deep breath and under a brake zone, close up the little deficit that we see here right now. He's going to try everything he can to win this race.
Mark Martin, by the way, has led the most laps and will get the 5 bonus points in that category. There's Andretti, Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Bodine. Here are Brett Bodine and Jimmy Spencer and Eric Cope.
They're running 16, 17, 15, 16, 17.
And all those cars stop for tires, so we can see that brand new tires does not seem to be the advantage they are in most races.
I don't think it makes a big difference here, Benny. Not nearly as much as you say as we see on the oval tracks.
It didn't seem to make as much difference with the new pavement this year. We tried some back-to-back tests, and with this new pavement, there's so much grip that the new tires didn't really help that much.
Michael Waltrip, Butch Leitzinger battling for 12th position. And also the 16 car of Ted Musgrave is right there.
You know, Michael Waltrip in that Benzo Pontiac has run better than this position all day long. Evidently, something going away here near the end.
Yeah, he was up there in the top 10 for a good while, but again, now being shown in the 12th position.
We remind you that Shop Talk is coming up at the conclusion of our telecast, and we have less than 4 laps to go. Here's the leader, Mark Martin, coming around corner number 11, completing lap 87, 3 to go now. Dallenbach continues to run in 2nd position, then Jeff Gordon, then Rudd, then Labonte.
Then Labonte.
Yeah, then Labonte. Terry followed by Bobby.
John Andretti is 7th, Darrell Waltrip 8th, Jeff Bodine 9th, and Ricky Craven with a good run here in 10th place, and he has spun out twice.
Yes, he has.
Still is on the lead lap and in 10th place. Ricky Craven.
And Bill Elliott is back to 11th spot after starting from the front row. There's Ricky Craven. Good job by the rookie. The other contender with the rookie points, Robert Presley, will finish down in 33rd. Presley has had problems resulting in his 33rd place at the moment, but Ricky Craven has hung in there.
So that'll, if he gets a top 10 finish out of this, he's certainly going to help him in the Max Race Cars Rookie of the Year contest.
Somebody smoking ahead of him. That's Jeff Bodine, who may be losing an engine here with just a couple of laps to go in 9th position. I don't know. Is that what's it?
If it breaks, it doesn't look like that smoke is coming out the exhaust pipe, Bob, so maybe it's not an engine problem.
He's only got 2 more laps to go to finish the event.
Looks like a brake problem, a hub problem, or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Martin's Ford leads this event now with less than 2 laps to go. The battle for the Manufacturers Cup has Chevy, of course, with 15 wins, a total of 159 points. Ford with 3 victories this year and 119. And Pontiac has the win at Dover with Kyle Petty and a total of 83 points. So this is going to be another boost for Ford if they can hold on to win this event.
We can see that Dallenbach is still has an aggressive stance as he comes off turn 5. He goes over the dirt trying to take all the racetrack he can to try to gain a little bit on Mark Martin. He is still trying his hardest.
Dallenbach has radioed the crew to have oxygen ready in 1 more lap when this race is over. Obviously, the young man is becoming ill from inhaling the fumes coming from that car, but on the other hand, with just one more lap to go, he can hang in there and finish the race. Mark Martin on the final lap. Go ahead.
Sorry, the Dallenbach car has begun smoking about 3 laps ago. It's been smoking heavily like it was before, so I'm sure that's what he's breathing, and that's not much fun this time.
Mark Martin is headed down the backstretch for the final time, looking toward the inner loop. There is Wally Dallenbach in second spot. Everybody in single file through here, no positions being battled for on the last lap. But now we see Spencer and Cope and Mayfield side by side, and Waltrip. Oh, and Jimmy goes over the...
Spencer goes around here. Waltrip gets on through it. Derek Cope gets through it. Spencer out in the grass. He's going to come back. He's going to lose about 4 or 5 positions. Uh-oh, he's spun it around again.
Well, while all that is going on, Mark Martin comes through corner number 11, and Mark Martin is 3 for 3 at Watkins Glen. He has won the 10th annual Bud at the Glen. It's his 16th career win, 3rd on a road course, and 3rd in a row here at Watkins Glen. And 4 of the last 5 road course races have now been won from the pole. Everybody else coming down. There's Michael Waltrip crossing the line. There is Mark Martin, who has won again after an incident in the inner loop on the last lap among some of those battling for position.
Yep, Mr. Excitement's going to turn in here and hit this curve. Watch the car jump in the air right there. That loosens the thing up. He comes in, hits this curve. No control now. He spins it. You'll see him jump on the throttle. His tires will start smoking. Tries to finish his spin off, and now nobody behind him has a clue what's going to do.
But everybody missed him. That was the amazing thing. Maybe a little bit of contact with Michael Waltrip, but Derek Cope was able to avoid all of that action. Mark Martin has won here at Watkins Glen. We'll be back to talk with him in a moment. Well, the victorious crew heads for victory lane after Mark Martin has done it here at the Glen once again. Your results: Dallenbach with a strong second performance. Jeff Gordon finishes 3rd. Those that you traditionally think of as road course racers are 4th and 5th. Rudd and Terry Labonte, with Bobby Labonte finishing 6th. Good run for John Andretti. Darrell Waltrip with 8th. Jeff Bodine 9th, and Ricky Craven rounds out the top 10. There were 19 cars on the lead lap. And there you can see Sterling Marlin finishing only 1 position ahead of him in 21st. And the remainder of the 40 cars that started this event about 2.5 hours ago.
You see Joe Nemechek there in 31st position. He dropped out just with a few laps to go, had to push his car into the garage area.
Mark Martin has pulled his Valvoline Ford into victory lane. Taking the steering wheel off, getting a refreshing drink before he comes out of the car, where Jerry Punch is waiting on him to talk to the champion of the Glen once again. Here he is out of the car, Mark Martin.
And Mark getting a big deep breath and a gulp of Gatorade. Mark, congratulations on an outstanding effort. Boy, you had to come back there toward the end. Wally was tough.
Wally was really tough. Happy birthday, Arlene. We did it. Hey, Matt, I hope you're watching, buddy. I wish you were here. Got to thank Valvoline, Cummins, and Goodyear, Ford, and that team. They're the best, man. They got me in the best race car on the racetrack. Wally was tough. Rusty was tough, but we had it there at the end.
What about that close call coming off pit road? You slowed down. It looked like to let the field go by, and then you get punted from behind.
Yeah, you got to let those guys go by, and I saw them, and I said, well, I'm going to slow up here and let them go. And the guys behind me must have kind of been racing each other off the end of pit road. And I got run into the back of it, messed Rusty up. And it's just one of those things.
You had the feel for Wally Dallenbach. You've been there. He was your teammate one time. You know how much he needed to win or wanted to win, but hey, that's part of it.
Let me tell you something. I wanted Wally to win, but not at my expense. We're really glad to win, but I would have loved to have seen Wally win. I really would have. He drove a great race, and they had a good race car.
3 consecutive wins here at Watkins Glen. His second win in 1995, Bob, as Mark Martin in victory lane.
Mark Martin with his second win of 1995 at Watkins Glen International here in New York. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment. ESPN Speed World coverage of the Bud at the Glen has been brought to you by Allied Signals Fram Filters. You can pay a little now or a lot later. By Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. By the more than 1,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. We ran this race today, won by Mark Martin at record speed, 100.30 miles an hour, the average for the 90 laps. Now the point standings. Jeff Gordon holds on to the lead. Sterling Marlin second. Mark Martin has moved up one position. Earnhardt down one position. Ted Musgrave remains in fifth. In the manufacturers' points battle, another win for Ford. They now have 4 wins and a total of 128 points. Chevy with 15 wins and 163 points. Well, next week we have more auto racing for you on Friday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN2, qualifying for the Goodwrench 400 at Michigan International. We'll see you with Speed Week at 12:30 Friday night. And then Saturday, NASCAR today at 11 o'clock from MIS. The Detroit Gasket 200 Busch Grand National race at noon. NASCAR today on ESPN2 at noon on Sunday. And then our live coverage of the GM Goodwrench 400 next Sunday afternoon from Michigan. Next, Shop Talk with Dale Earnhardt and an opportunity to buy some Brickyard 400 memorabilia. Our congratulations to Mark Martin. My thanks to Bill Weber, Dorsey Schrader, Jerry Punch, John Kernan, Ned Jarrett, and Benny Parsons. We'll see you next week at Michigan. For now, this is Bob Jenkins. So long, everyone.